I tried and I tried and I tried and I tried and I know that something wrong. Every time the DJ decide to play, one hands go up in the air. Everybody chanting, doing the bogle. Oh, what an atmosphere! But all I hear.
All right. Happy Friday, Massive. I am Rebel Mass, your favorite carnival journalist, and I am live on Caribbean Life TV with Caribbean Life Radio. And today we have an exclusive interview with DJ Madman Maddy. So welcome to the studio.
Thank you very much.
And is this your first time in Atlanta, or?
Oh, I'm kind of used to Atlanta now. So,
nice. Nice. Well, listen, we have a DJ legend in the house, as I'm told, and we're going to jump right on into the interview. So at 17 years old, living in Trinidad, you became a disc jockey, correct?
That's correct.
So at what point or like what moment did you know this was the path, you know, that you would walk professionally?
Well, I was told by my parents that when I was born, my dad had put a small radio in my crib. And anytime the radio is turned off, I would wake up, which is ironic.
Right.
And, for some reason or the other, the music stayed with me from there. And I found out I was working with a jukebox company and dealing with music and stuff and, getting the music. And those days were mostly 45s, of course, in the jukeboxes. And I started playing around with the little, then get into a record, started to work in a record shop and playing music and guys hanging around and stuff. And I started using the system from the record shop to go and play in little parties, and that is when the drive started off.
Wow. And just at 17?
Yes, at 17, yeah.
Whew. Wow. So, basically you were born with this gift or like this musical ear, so to speak. Would you agree?
Yeah, I agree 100% on that.
Okay.
Because, it's something I love, through the years. Without music, I feel like I'm lost.
I can relate. I understand.
And it's the fruit of love, like they say, And of course, we all know the first thing that was created in the world was music. Because any song, like animals will hear a thing or anything, that becomes music to them. Right. And with a human being, I have an opportunity to put instruments together and get a rhythm. And, music create from there, and we keep it going from there.
Right. So, again, being born and raised in Trinidad and Tobago, how do you feel that has influenced your passion, for music itself?
Well, it's international, and of course, during those days, the calypso music was struggling a lot. The soca music wasn't that big just yet, but it was, struggling itself to get where it's supposed to go. And as time go by, and the changes and the generation, and of course the mighty Sparrow, who happened to be the man who really lead the way for music. First, Harry Belafonte, people thought he was the real calypso, and of course the sisters, what's the first name, with a rum and Coca-Cola was the first one, the Andrew Sisters, which is sold over 1 million from their first album. and people thinking that was calypso music. But it really wasn't. But, you know, it started a lot. But the Mighty Sparrow ended up, you know, paving the way for it, just like Bob Marley did with reggae music. Of course, a little note on that, reggae music, the man who created the ska beat was from Trinidad. You know, it was a fellow called Nerlin Tate. And that is when they had the ska music. Although we're talking about soca, but just a quick
It's relative,
rundown,
yes.
right? And what happened, he was left-handed. So the music, instead of the notes goes up and down, is going down and up. And that is how ska music was created. He went to England and then went to Jamaica. And that is where the rocksteady started. And that is how that music really came forward. So that is
amazing.
Right, so that is how the Mighty Sparrow, you know, with the calypso after Harry Belafonte did his thing, the Mighty Sparrow really came on board and really got an opportunity that the music could spread throughout the world. And, you know, I thank God it reached, and it still have places to go.
Indeed,
You know.
I agree.
But I admire the young generation by the crossover that they are doing now with the music, especially Dr. Marshall Montano, who is really getting different artists from different countries, getting different beats, and, you know, blending it into the soca music, you know, so it's spreading generally all over.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And you pretty much kind of touched on every single thing that, you know, I planned on talking about in this interview. But I got to touch on something that just really just stood out to me. You talked about how you really, you know, respect and like what the current generation is doing. How do you think, you know, we got to this point? How did soca grow and evolve? How do you think we got here to have, you know, the Nyla Blackmans, the Mashells, the Bungies, the Fayans, and so on?
Well, traditionally, they follow the trend. And because of the change of music as the time go by, you know, we have like you have R&B. And now you have the rap music coming, right? And they're joining a little Afro beat into it. So the soca music, it started, you know, crawling and changing a beat, changing. Naila Blackman, grandfather, which is Rod Shorty I, he was one of the guys who created the soca music. And as they go along, they started to improvise on the music and taking other beats from other parts of the world, other type of music, and enhancing it into it. And, you know,
and here we are.
And it works.
Yes.
It works because,
absolutely.
You know.
I'm always just amazed at just the evolution, because my friends and I, we talk about, like, for instance, 2015. 2015 was a phenomenal year for soca music. Every artist, every song was just like, oh my gosh, I love this. And you just replayed it, you know it, every word, every breakdown, like the instrumentals, you were there.
Now, one of the things, though, with the soca music of today in comparison to back in the days, the older guys used to just compose music and they go to a studio and they just play rhythm. Okay, they would read the music from a sheet, yes. But this young generation and the composers, they go to universities and study music. So, you know, it's not, you know, like from the top of your head, it's the real deal.
Right.
So this is why you find the music is totally different now. Now, one of the things about the music of today, in comparison to the day long ago, they use a lot of synthesizers and all these different things. Long ago, you get the natural brass, the rhythm, the percussions, and everything. This is why when you listen to music from back in the days, you would play the same song without the brass and using the percussions, you know, using the electronic thing, let's put it that. And you would not get the feel. It come like, okay, now we're using computers. But when you put a vinyl on, you get a much more depth in the music from the vinyl in comparison to what we digital stuff. But again, the changing world.
It is. But no, I absolutely agree with you. I'm an 80s baby, so I kind of grew up in between the two. And my grandmother used to play vinyls and things of that nature. So I I understand. I hear what you're saying. Absolutely. So I think it's a mix of the two, because I feel like not a lot, but some of the artists now, they do understand that, like Michael Teja, Kess, like they get the essence. Kerwin, they understand like what it means. Nadia, Patrice, they understand the musicality of it all.
Yeah,
if
again,
I can say that.
Right. One of the reasons too, like I just said, because of the arrangers and stuff and going to the universities and studying music, and they have the voices and they put it together, and the rest is history.
Right.
And another thing about that too is that at one point in time, Trinidad and Tobago was the only place that had real soca. Now the whole of the Caribbean, you have artists coming from St. Vincent, Grenada, name it, Barbados. Well, Barbados was always an island that always have good singers. Back in the days of Mark Fingers and those guys like Big Belly Man and those fellas and Red Plastic Bag, Ras Eiley. These were guys that were around with the Sparrow days and stuff was doing fine. But during those from Grenada, St. Vincent, we had like Beckett was one of the fellas from St. Vincent. You have a Jamo from Grenada and stuff. But the other guys weren't around, right? However, the span of artists that we have out of Trinidad, now it's almost comparable to the ones that is in St. Vincent and Grenada and stuff. I mean, like, take for instance, like the Jab Jab beat. That's a big beat now, okay? And the Jab Jab beat is this guy, what's his name again? Who did Older Man Are Taking Home? I can't remember his name offhand. However, he's the one that from back in those days, he started the Jab Jab beat. And every year, I compliment these guys from Grenada because they've been knocking a long time.
Long time.
And that Jab Jab beat has become very popular now because the younger folks in a party now, they want that Jab Jab beat.
Yes.
And then now we have St. Kitts.
Yep.
And all these other groups. Soca music is getting there.
Indeed, I agree with you.
Right?
I agree.
One of the things that producer from, he was from England or some sort of like that. I was having a discussion with him one day concerning calypso music in regards to the American style music, right? And what he said to me was, the reason why it took the calypso music so long to reach where it reached now is because of the too much, he called it noise, right? Means the level of the music, the background music. Like, the average Trinidadian or Caribbean person, they want to feel that bass whooping in the, But the American folks, they just have a little box and you just hear the little music and doing that, right? So no, that is one of the things that was causing the music to have a problem because they will go to the studio and one will say, I want to hear a little bit more bass, because this is what we used to.
Right.
But again, like I said, with this younger generation, of course, Marshall Montano, he was one of the guys who, I keep complimenting that brother because he is one that staircase the younger generation now and to follow suit because of all the successes that he have had so far, right? And because they are into the colleges, doing the studio work and stuff, they kind of understanding it and being in contact with folks outside of the Caribbean.
No, I hear you because he has a band, Kes has a band, and you can feel that energy and that passion when the band are playing the instruments, the breakdowns. It's phenomenal. So I understand. But listen, I mentioned that I was an 80s baby. And in 1985, you migrated here to the States, to Brooklyn, New York.
Wow.
And I'm curious to know, what was that experience like at 17, coming from Trinidad to Brooklyn?
No, but I didn't come to Trinidad. When I came to Brooklyn, I could have been.
You were older?
Yeah, much
Okay,
older.
okay.
I started at 17.
Okay.
And then I really became very popular as one of the number one.
I researched.
throughout
Yes,
Trinidad
yes.
Because I used to play all over Trinidad, and then I migrated to the U.S. in '85.
Okay.
1985.
So how old were you then? 20s?
Maybe, yeah, a little bit over, maybe the late 20s into 30s.
So what was that like though? The transition,
Well,
coming from there to here.
Okay, what happened is I used to travel. I used to make trips
Nice.
and come to do function, at least come to function, parties, feeling it out.
Right.
I must say though, during those days, I was hearing more soca in New York than I was hearing living in Trinidad.
Wow.
There was a place called Rainbow Terrace on Nostrand Avenue, Nostrand and Tukuma. Man, and we talking about, well, the joke about that is that the first party I wanted to go to, I reached there 8:30,
Wow.
and the doors was not open yet.
It was too early.
Too early, because during those days, people leaving home 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning to go party.
Yes.
And when the party over, when they pull that curtain, you see people with their Bible going to church.
That's funny.
Oh, yes.
And you going to Fed.
All right,
Hilarious.
so what happened is that I started visiting and taking the thing, going back home and stuff. So I got adjusted to it. And that same guy, Frank Smith, someone took me to him when he came to Trinidad, and they introduced me, and he said, listen, when you come to New York, come and check me.
Nice.
Right? So eventually, when I did migrate, and I put a system together, I did check him out, and he had me put the system up the stairs. And when he heard me play the first night, he says, "This not moving from here." And so I started playing there every weekend, and then
That's
there are
good.
other promoters started coming out there, hearing me, and this one want me to play this one thing, and so I started, freelancing here, there, and everywhere,
Right.
and the rest was history.
I love to hear just stories like that. So, like, the transition wasn't a hard transition,
It
basically.
wasn't hard. It wasn't hard. You see, I was born for this. like I
Agreed.
said.
From
So,
what you told me,
yeah,
I agree.
So it's very easy for me to do, because a lot of things that I used to do, this is why they call me Madman Maddy, right? Because the madness I used to do with music and stuff, because, like put a record under my arm, mix your thing, this, put this on that, crazy. Now you just press a button and you have to do all of that flanging business and stuff, right? So, but now I have a feel for it. It's a passion for me. I just love music. I remember during the days that I would go in a record shop, I might be hungry. When I go to a record shop, like there was this shop in Prince Street called Rhino's Record Shop and Mike, and I hear 2-3 good songs, my belly full. Just knowing that I'm buying that record, and couldn't wait to reach in a party, because during those days, no DJ play no half an hour and stuff. It's tune for tune. I play a tune, the other DJ play a tune.
Right.
You have 5 DJs. So I took you back there a little bit, although we had already passed that part. But traditionally, this is how it used to be.
Wow.
Right? But with the migrating, it was very cool for me, and
It sounds so, and it sounds exciting. Oh, to be a fly on the wall, okay? So, over the years, how have you been able to kind of, maintain and evolve, and kind of just share with us what inspires and motivates you?
Well, again, like I say, music and the people.
What about the people?
They appreciate what I do, and they show me love. Although, they must have haters around, but we have to bless them too.
Right.
Because, they were born, so they are just like us too, and, everyone, we can't be the same. Because if all the fingers on your hand was the same length, would have been a problem, and if everybody in the world think the same way at the same time, it would have been boring.
Indeed.
Right?
You had the razzle and dazzle.
Good. So, they accept me in open arms. And a lot of the folks that used to party with me back in Trinidad had already migrated before me.
Nice.
So they had known about me as an island-wide DJ.
I like where you're going with this.
And then the folks who here now started to hear what I putting forward, you know, and I started creating a trend. Yeah, you know,
Alright.
and you know, I mentored a lot of guys, and you know, they take a pattern from me, you know, the rest was history.
I love that. I really, really love that. So how would you say the craft has changed over the years? Besides, you know, the pushes of the buttons, what other things have you noticed about, you know, DJs from your era to now?
Equipment, number one.
Technology, yes.
And technology.
Yes.
Technology, okay, well, technology covers everything, the technology.
Got you.
Because, you know, like you have a little speaker that, you know, long ago you have to walk with a bass speaker, a mid-range speaker, a tweeter. You have to walk with 3 different amplifiers for it crossover, equalizer, reverb, all these
I'm
different
lost.
things on a
That's
block.
too much.
Exactly. Yeah, now it's just, you know, all in one. I mean, it's a lot easier, again, because of technology.
Gotcha.
You know, and the changing of time. You know, changing time.
And
It's easier.
you're still out here DJing, playing
Yeah, well, I don't do it as much as I used to be before.
your equipment like that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right. So, like, learning how to, you know, work, was that, like, hard or troublesome,
Well,
or?
the funny thing about it, like I said, I'm gifted with this.
I hear you.
Like I always say, I was born for this.
So you mastered the
Yeah.
craft.
You know, like I put say, it's one of my lines, I say, 3 M's, putting them M's together, you get Mad Man Maddy, or much more music. You know, so it's 3 M's.
The marketing of that. Okay. Genius. So my question is, you said you also, you know, you mentor, you know, DJs up and coming. So what kind of advice, you know, would you give to a person that is watching the show, listening in, that wants to, you know, get in here and be a DJ? What would you advise for them to do?
Well, it is hard to give them an advice the way they are now. Simply because, I mean, I'm not criticizing them. It's because of the trend now and the younger generation. This is what they like and this is what they used to. But in our days, you play a complete song.
Right.
You
A
don't
whole
play,
song.
You don't play 2 lines of a song.
Right.
When you're now getting into the rhythm of the music, they change the song. Now, I would think that one of the reasons for this is because one wants to outplay the other. And one of the other things is maybe because of the amount of music it have, they want to play as much as they can.
Right.
Talking over the music is another thing. You know, some of them do not let the music play, they want to talk it all over. Now, one of the reasons for that is in regards to hyping and popularity. But the younger folks, they love that. And I have been in a couple of the parties, not really young people parties, and it's a whole different because apparently very few people hold on and dance.
Yeah.
Or they have a dance floor, they put tables and you have to pay for a table, put it in the center of a dance hall, and they put your drinks on there and you're not dancing or anything. How are you really enjoying the music? You can't.
Agreed.
But this is what they're doing now, so hey, I'm only one person, and that is my opinion. Everybody has their own opinion how they feel about something.
You're not alone in this, though. We talk about this exact subject matter here in Atlanta a lot because I grew up in Boston, but I grew
Right.
up in the time where dance hall really started the party and they played soca at the end.
Right.
But still, we grew up in an era where we went to dance. Like, we would leave. This was before I even had locks. My hair would be matted down to my head because we had such a great time. And now it is that they're trying to, like, squeeze so much music into their
Exactly.
time frame. And it's like, pick a strong catalog and play it. I want to sing at least 90 seconds to a minute of my favorite song. I think that is kind of reasonable in the time that we are now. Or no, just play the whole song.
Again, like I said, they're competing against each other. And when they rile up the party, then become popular. I think they even do it on some of the radio stations too. Some of them, they and that is they do it on the stations, and that sort of gives them popularity in order to getting jobs in parties, stuff like that. But it is no way. I can't understand it. Another thing that happens. One DJ would play a couple of songs, and the next DJ will come and play the same song in a reverse. And if another DJ, if now, like me, in the late half, one of the problems folks used to be having with me, and say that, I don't play good. Reasons is, there's so much music out there. But you see, the crowd is so much involved in hearing the same thing over and over and over. If you play something out of the norm and they're not accustomed to their ear, not hearing it, it becomes stupid to them. It becomes that you're playing good.
Yep.
But there is so much of music. I remember long ago, you'll buy okay, let's put it this way, these guys used to do a whole album. Album will have 12 tunes, 6 on each side, right? But they have one popular tune on the album. But they have so many good songs on their album, and many of the times that I know I play a song, oh my, that's a new one.
Feel you. I'm locked in with you. It boggles my mind. Like I have physically left a fet. I'm pissed. He'll be like, "Where you? We're leaving because why are you playing Kellogg's right now? We just heard that.
Yeah.
Stop." Like
again,
it's foolish.
That's what's happening now. So there's nothing we can do about it.
Really, there's no hope. We're doomed in that aspect.
No, because the younger ones to the young ones that are here, they follow
this is
the
true.
trend.
This is true.
Yeah, because.
But okay, so I will say there are a few DJs that go against the grain and completely do not do that. DJ Gel, Avalanche. There's so many more, but DJ Gel in particular, big up to him. He was a guest on the show, and we talk about soca like on our social media platforms in person. But he is one of those. I feel like he is like the essence of you in a sense, like not comparing the two, but he gets it how you get it.
Yeah, they have some of them do that. Those who, they stay on remembering the older folk, and those are the ones that you find that will play the music that we used to play back in those days. Those are the ones that will play at least, let's give them 3/4 of the song.
Or for instance, Trini Vibe Sounds, they're based here in Atlanta, and they literally play what you're saying, but they'll fuse it with like a more modern like beat or rhythm, and it's amazing. It's phenomenal.
They do remixes.
Yes, and it kind of brings a focus back to that essence of how we actually got here. So I appreciate that so very much. And yeah, you're not alone on that. I feel like I've always been told I have an old soul, and I've always been okay with that because I have a great appreciation for music. Like I have a great musical ear. I promise if I just had a bit better, more vocals, I would have done something professionally because I love music that much as well. So yeah. And we're doomed though. Like it's not gonna improve. You sure? Come on, give me some hope.
I don't think so.
No? So if we're kind of here in this space where this is how fets and DJs are gonna play, like, is there a way that they can get better at that, I guess?
Well, where that is concerned, I am not, I don't think that can be happening.
No? Okay.
Because, the trend, the general music, the trend, because if you listen to the 2025, some of the music, it's, to be honest, some of them I don't understand them. Right? There are good ones, yes, but all can be good. And for 2026, I know they're going to put it a notch up again.
Right, again.
No, again, I'm not dogging the music because I had my time.
True.
Because when my grandparents and them used to be, right? When I started DJ, when Super Blue come with Soca Baptist and stuff, Melda and them stuff and then was out. So that is when I come up. So the trend just keep on changing all the time. So, you know, we can't.
So let me ask you this. Is there, still a place for our, OG veteran DJs?
Well, it all depends. It's like places like this, internet radios and stuff, which I do have.
I saw. I'm going to
do have-
tune in and check you out.
I do have
Show my support.
I hear you, bless up.
But man, we are in a different space, and I'm an '80s baby, so I'm in between the no technology to the age where we entered the technology, and I remember just watching, my friends that were DJs as a kid setting up all of that stuff that you mentioned that I probably didn't know that that's what it was, but they were setting that stuff up, and it just the vibes. I'll never forget, that. So I really, really appreciate that. So what can we expect from you? Like, where are you going to be? Are you going to be playing on a truck at a carnival sometime soon?
Used to. My days for that is
you're
over.
done. Okay, you retired with the carnival trucks.
Because
Gotcha.
I was one of the early guys for Miami Carnival, right? Also Boston. Well, in Trinidad, yeah, sure.
Let's talk about Boston and Miami a little bit, though.
Well, Boston, I think I was one of the first DJ with the biggest song that came back in those days. Not now. Because there's a guy in Boston called Song Vibration.
Yes. Big
God.
sound.
Yeah.
Yes.
But,
and their trucks are insane.
That's correct.
Insane.
Okay, but, those days to me, it was good. I enjoyed it.
I've seen the video, the photos. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it was.
Beautiful.
It was, but no, I can't. I stay with just, like keeping the
I hear you.
mellowness in the music.
I hear you.
Stay in your lane.
That's correct. That's how I put it. Stay in my
I
lane. That's
hear
the
you.
first one. Red.
Hilarious. I
Stay in
hear
my
you
lane.
guys. So, what are you listening to these days, though?
Well, I'm still listening to like what Red's playing in the background.
Okay,
there,
nice. So, go ahead.
Okay, the thing about it with me, I listen to all type of music.
Nice.
And funny enough, I listen to a lot of gospel.
The church.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of gospel and stuff. But I still listen to my soca music, but the crazy type of soca music, I definitely can't. I cannot relate to it.
What's the crazy? What do you mean?
Yeah, the fast beat.
The power?
Booyah.
The booyah.
The lyrics, some of the lyrics in the music, and they start using obscene languages in the music.
Yeah.
No. But of course, the only good thing about it, they have clean version.
Yes,
and
the
raw
radio
version.
edits.
Right, so that is helping the situation.
But you don't like the vulgar language.
All right, put it this way. It is hard. Very few of these selections that you can sing to or remember after 3 carnivals, like how you would say, you hear, like, let's say Golo. You can still sing to that.
Right.
Like you hearing this baron in the background there, you still have the words of that.
Right.
But some of the songs that they do it have no meaning behind it.
Yeah. It does, but it's not.
Yeah, but not
what
for,
you
well,
mean,
of course,
right?
for me.
Right.
So let me take that back.
No, I know what you mean.
It's not for my generation.
Right. No.
let me clean that up.
Understood.
Not for my generation.
Understood.
Yeah, not for my generation. Yeah.
But do you
What's
like?
wrong with it?
Do you like the Kess, the full blowns, the Freetown?
Freetown
Man.
is phenomenal.
I live for them. I cannot wait
Freetown
until
is
they come.
phenomenal.
They have their visas, so they can like perform in the States now.
Indeed.
I can't wait to
But
see
they,
them.
They were in Brooklyn.
I need to go to New York then, because
Yeah.
I love them. Like, just everything about them is genuine, and it fuses the old, the new, and just what they're crafting for the future. So I love them.
I remember Kess, when Kess was now about to launch itself. It was something they had that many years ago by the Savannah during a carnival. I mean, I think it was could it be about 1986, somewhere around there, with the Mighty Sparrow. And that is when Kess now, he was now kind of knocking at the door.
Right.
But, funny enough, there's a circle that you have to get in to get out there. You know, and it comes just like the music, you know, because it just has so much good music. But
Yes.
if you not in a certain circle, like sometimes they call it the soca mafia, in
Aha.
Trinidad, you know.
Yes.
And let's say during carnival time, you know you have a repertoire on different stations that you would hear 15 if so many songs that you know to
Because if
each
you
job.
bust it.
Well, you know there's a reason behind it. You know
That machine, if you bust in Trinidad, you on your way.
That's
like
correct.
it is like a
That's correct. That's
like
correct.
the fraternities and the sororities. It's like your burning sand, so to speak. If you get through
you know,
that,
all I would say to that is long live soca.
yes.
Long
it's
live
true.
soca music.
I think-
Whatever it is, long live soca music.
I think everything does come back though.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, well, some of the rhythms in some of them, and I mean, if you did some of the R&B music, if you notice that they're bringing back some of the beats, even some of the commercial on the television.
yes,
they
yes.
listen, because right now, you Mr. Big Stuff is playing on one of the commercials, you know, so,
absolutely.
you know.
I don't
like
disagree.
Like they say, old time business come back again.
Yes. Nothing new under the sun. I'm
That's
telling
right,
you.
that's
But
right.
that is amazing. So listen, what's next for you? What mellow place can we ever, if we want to hear you play, where can we catch you?
Well,
Besides the radio.
Tomorrow, myself and DJ Reds would be mashing down
I'm
the
outside.
place.
Long time dance.
That is correct.
Okay, 70s and 90s music day party. All right, my kind of
That
vibe.
is
I can take a
correct.
nap
That
and
is
come
correct.
outside. All right.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, September 27th, 3 p.m. Wait, no, it's Saturday. Wait, today's Friday. Oh, I need to go to bed. Y'all, it's been a
tomorrow.
long week. But tomorrow night, guys, long time dance, 70s and 90s music, day party. Yes. September 27th, DJ Reg and DJ Madman Maddy. All right, 8010 Rockbridge Road, Southwest, Lithonia. Tickets is only $35, y'all. That's a steal.
Yeah,
It's
no.
gonna be food. Ooh. So how am I gonna give these away? What should we do? You gotta create like some type of question or something
Yeah,
for
but-
the people so they can get the ticket.
But
Even if they
we'll
don't
have to
call in today, we can still. I'll be back up here tomorrow during the day.
Ask them the
so we can
DJs who
figure it
gonna be
out.
on the bill.
But we just called it.
Right, the obvious though. Come on.
Hey, some people might not be listening.
Listen, people don't read either. But nonetheless, how can you know? Go ahead.
I wonder if I should ask them what was the first day party that they heard me play in,
Oh, gosh.
which was free in Georgia.
Not which was free in Georgia. Red.
You don't know?
Whisper.
Now listen,
Whisper,
I
tell
have
me.
a lot of folks here in Georgia that
We need to get
that-
Monique
that
on here
get
so she can win
accustomed-
these tickets.
They get accustomed of me coming to Georgia to play, and one particular venue that they come to listen to me play, and I'd give them a hint. It's normally Labor Day, Sunday, and New Year's Eve. Where do DJ Madman Maddy play for the past 4 years?
I'm trying to think.
Okay. 10 years. For the past 10 years. Coming to play in Georgia
I don't even
on
know.
Labor Day Sunday
Labor Day Sunday.
and New Year's Eve.
There be so much going on Labor Day.
Okay.
Jeez.
I'm talking about in Atlanta.
I know
In
it
Georgia.
be too much going on.
Okay,
No,
so
I'm thinking of
it's very
Memorial
easy.
Day. No. Shucks. Red? We're gonna have to extend this question to tomorrow. But nice. But listen though, before we do, conclude, how can listeners, viewers, your fans, how do they keep up with you? Like, what's your social media handles?
Okay, well, I'm Madman Maddy. .us is my internet radio.
Okay,
website.
yes.
I do shows there, and
Let's see.
it's at least I love this.
Okay, so you like being in the studio, the element. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I do the mixed cloud sometimes.
Okay.
I do my mixed cloud stuff and what have you. But and I play genre music. Mostly on a Sunday I do like gospel from
Nice.
from 9 to 11, and then from there until 2. And sometimes I do oldies. It all depends and stuff.
Nice,
They call it the
nice.
Sunday cook-up. However, I was doing that quite a while now, over I should say about 25 years now, because I used to be on one underground radio station, 104.7, the fire station, and also back in the days, I did a WLIV.
Yes.
Well, a little bit with the Summer Jam, also in Florida, the WABS 1170.
And then the
I was out
proclamation for New York City.
there. Yeah, well, yes. That's proclamation.
It was a
too.
big deal.
Matter of fact, I had an opportunity to be a DJ in the launching of Calypso for Africa United Nations, where a lot of the artists and stuff.
Right.
I was able to get a little mix and mingle with some of the artists like Roberta and those
The
other
greats.
people, the greats. So I'm still there. Keeping it's the fruit of love that keep me going.
Yes.
And most of the time, what I say to folks, you live today like it was yesterday. It's not promised to you. You can keep your eyes on tomorrow if you wish to.
Right.
But you can't tell when the clock will stop ticking at your time.
Right.
So love, live and let live.
This message is so needed right now,
That
and
is correct.
I get why you are just so cool and calm in this energy. Like, I just feel like you've grown through this business, so you kind of familiar with things,
I just love it.
and that has seen you through clearly.
Yeah, God
Yes.
Almighty God has, lead me through it. He has been guiding me through it through all the years, and without Him, I would not be here. None of us would be here to really do this, and
Facts.
there's a reason behind it. And one thing I would say, whatever we do, we always have to remember the Master.
Always.
The
I'm looking
master.
at the comments on here. Everybody's
master.
excited. But yes, this was a great interview. It was a pleasure meeting you. I need to, bounce up to New York one time and,
Sure.
see what's going on when it's warm.
And
It
again,
is
I
warm.
appreciate you guys, having me here with you. It's a pleasure. I enjoy. I hope I have an opportunity to come back and
Yes, you're
have a
always
little time
welcome.
with you guys.
Yes, you got to come back and be a guest on Unplugged next
Right.
time
And I know tomorrow, DJ Reds and I will have a fantastic time.
at this
You
day
know.
party.
Definitely,
So I got to come after the show.
After your show, you gotta
After
make
the
it out.
show.
Yeah.
My show ends right on time, though. It ends at 3. So that means I need to show up at like 7. Right?
We'll
No,
be there
people
from
are-
early, so you pull
People
up
are
when
really
you
going
want
to
to
show
pull up.
up at like 4:30, 5 o'clock.
I'm gonna say they're
Yeah,
gonna.
okay.
I'm gonna say they're gonna come early. We're gonna speak things into existence.
West Indian time. Okay. All right, Massive. But this has been an exclusive interview with yours truly, Rebel Mass, your favorite carnival journalist. And yeah, this is Caribbean Life TV, and this is Caribbean Life Radio.